Oh, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Hey everyone. Hey everybody. Hi y'all. This is my very first time going live at Nights with Nora all by myself. So I'm super excited. Hold on, I'm gonna move my camera over to this side. Okay, let's see. All right, I like that view. Hey y'all. I'm in my bedroom though. Anyway, hello everybody. Hello. I hope you guys are having a great night. Y'all check in with me tonight. My headphones are all jumbled up because I thought that I had some earbuds, but I lost them. But anyway, if you guys haven't read the title, it is How I Met My Husband. I'm so excited, y'all. Say hello to me in the comments. And let me know that you guys are here tonight. So I'm so excited, y'all. This is Nights with Nora. This is my first night doing this by myself. I don't have a guest, as you guys can see. You guys will be my guest tonight because I am sharing with you guys my story on how I met my husband. I'm gonna turn this up. So this will be good, y'all. Y'all gonna love this story. It's absolutely romantic and right up my girl talk alley. I just absolutely love the story of how I met my husband. And I'm gonna put my headphones in just so I can hear you guys a little bit better. And make sure I'm getting good feedback. Hey, y'all. I love you, ladies. I just absolutely love when you guys support me. I can't see everybody's names when you guys comment, so just say hi and let me know where you guys are watching from. Okay, if you got some wine, are y'all excited? Let me know your relationship status. Are you single, married, dating, engaged? Where's everybody at relationship wise? Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. So happy to be here. I'm just so happy to be with my girls. I feel like this is just like one-on-one talk. Hey, y'all watching. I can't see everybody's name, y'all. So tell me, say your name. Just type your name in the chat as well because I can't see everybody's names from StreamYard. It's so weird. Indianapolis. Oh, yeah. Hey, who is it though? Y'all single? Okay, single, married, dating. What are you ladies? Let me know. Um, where are you at with your relationship status and what your relationship goals might be. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you guys my story on how I met my husband. It's so sweet. Oh my God, it's so stinking cute. But before I tell that, can I give a plug? So I want to plug you guys and let y'all know that we're having a vision board party on the 23rd of January. It is virtual. That means any of you ladies can join. Any and all of you ladies can come to the vision board party. And it will be so good, y'all. Like, oh my God, the vision board party. Hold on. I'm trying to do something right quick, y'all. I have to absolutely put my phone on do not disturb because I don't want nobody to call me like they did last time. So that's on from my watch. I went to school with him and Shanice. Hey, girl. Hey, y'all. Y'all went to school with my husband. If you guys know my husband, say hello or whatever. Shout out to him. And I'll be talking about. So hopefully we can drag him on here. If y'all want to see a live chat with my husband and I will definitely drag him on there. Y'all text your friend and tell him to join me on Nights with Nora because I will drag my husband on here. But tonight, I just want to tell you guys our absolute beautiful love story and how this came about. But before I do that, I got to give you my background, right? I got to give you the tea on who Nora Brown was before Nora Brown. So before that, I was Scott, and it hasn't been long. I've only been married 10 years, y'all, please. 2 years. I have been married for 2 years to my husband now. But I want to tell you guys how I met my husband and what we did to kind of manifest this thing in here. And when I say we, I mean the ladies and girl talk literally followed my journey from the time I was dating to the time that we got engaged and to the time that we got married. So this was a group effort. So anybody who had anything to do with landing my husband, yes, y'all. And I will tell you exactly how this was a group effort. But I need so badly to log in on my other computer. So give me just a second, y'all. Don't leave me, I promise. And if you're new in the chat, let me know if you're single, married, are you dating, and what are you looking for in a relationship? What are some of your relationship goals for your relationships? So I'm just so excited. I might not even need to look it up. Y'all just let me know if I'm sounding okay, I'm looking okay, um, whatever the case may be. So no, I don't want to do that. This thing never acts like this. So, but anyway, so I will go on and let you guys know the story of how I met my husband. So, to give you guys a backdrop, I started Girl Talk in 2015 because I was so ready to pray for my husband and trying to like kind of bring that in and date with a purpose and really just um I can't bring words to everything I was trying to do, but it was a certain group of women and it was an audience that I was trying to reach, which were single women who were praying and waiting for their husbands, right? So I started this really cool group called Girl Talk just to chat about that experience from being a single woman and going into a married relationship. Okay, y'all? So I've been single previous to my relationship with my husband. I was single probably 10 years. And previous to that 10 years, I had one boyfriend. So it was my husband and it was my ex-boyfriend and then my husband. And the reason why I did that is because before I met my first boyfriend, guess for a long time in my life, I was a virgin. I did not have sex before marriage. I had a vow that I made to myself, which I created the vow, which is a program that we launched in Girl Talk to commit to being to sexual purity until I was married, right? So it was myself and many other women joined me in this vow to basically date with a purpose and to not just kind of haphazardly date. It is what it is, but to be intentional about our dating life, right? Out of all, DeMarco was the only one I like. I knew he was a stand-up person. Thank y'all. That is so sweet, y'all. Y'all keep on giving me comments about my husband because my husband is a really good guy, and we have to give him props for taking your girl off the market. It was definitely a prayer. We prayed that man right on in, y'all, and he was a good man. So I'm just so thankful to God. But we were just single ladies, and we were dating with a purpose. Now I'm not perfect, y'all. My past is not colorful, but it's not perfect either. But I had recommitted myself to God, recommitted myself to myself, and decided that I would be this woman that would not bend on my vow. So myself and all the women in Girl Talk at that time committed to what we call the vow. And that was dating with a purpose, being intentional about dating, not just dating online and letting any and everybody into your life, but only people who meant you well and had a plan for your future, who you seen a future with. You wouldn't just be hanging out in relationships saying, we'll just see how it goes. We threw that attitude out the window. So we had the vow going and everything was going so good, y'all, with the vow, and people were signing on to the vow, and it was just so awesome. But then your girl broke the vow. So I totally veered off my path, y'all, but God had a plan. So me and DeMarco, we met in Oklahoma City. I moved to Oklahoma City because I was seeking a career opportunity with Sam's Club. And I don't know if I'm dropping bombs and names, but we ain't that famous yet, so it don't matter. I'm using names. So we met at Sam's Club in Oklahoma City. But when I met DeMarco, I was on this purity journey, right, y'all? So we had took the vow. We were not gonna mess with men. We were not gonna date without a purpose, and we were gonna do. Um, Man, I was going to ask you how did it get into y'all? Yes, so yes, we broke the vow. So, but I'll tell you guys how. Um, Basically we got into I met DeMarco in Oklahoma City, y'all. I had moved down there for a purpose for Sam's Club. Not how you did it or did but same not how you did it, but it did, but just stay pretty. Yes, yes. Okay, y'all. So tough. That's Gail. Hey Gail. Hey y'all messing me up. I'm in the groove, but keep coming. I love it because I need the story to all come out. I'm trying to bring the story out. Okay. It is just like it's so funny, it's so good. But and God's grace was all over me, y'all. So at the time I was in Oklahoma City. Y'all made me lose my train of thought because this is so funny. Um, we were in Oklahoma City, y'all, and I had moved to Midwest City. So if you guys are not familiar with the city, it's like broken up into little pieces. It's Midwest City. More. I'm from Oklahoma for ladies that are out of towners. I'm from Oklahoma City. I mean Tulsa, but I was living in Oklahoma City, which is about an hour and half away from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I'm just kind of giving regions because we got to get you in the mood because you got to see this. I need y'all to do a visual image of what was taking place. So I'm living in Oklahoma City, Midwest City, which is like a suburb of Oklahoma City at the time. And I was working at a Sam's Club there as a manager. I was a brand new manager, y'all. Like I had left Tulsa, Oklahoma, my hometown. I got me a new apartment, new car, new job, making money, just balling. Like, look at God. Yes, won't he do it? Life going well, y'all. Just manifesting, just praying and bringing all this stuff to me, y'all. Like that was literally the best year of my life. 2016. I moved to Oklahoma City, got promoted to management, bought a new brand car. I had never had a new car before, had my own apartment with my keys, and just was so happy to be on my own. I'm out there doing my single thing. And y'all keep in mind, I'm 30 years old at this time. Like I'm not no young chick. I'm 31 years old at this time. And not that 31 is not young. Y'all are absolutely fabulous. Y'all way younger than me because I'm 35. I love me some 35-year-olds, some 30-year-olds. Y'all the bomb, y'all fine, y'all out there looking 21. So disclaimer. But anyway, so once I met I met DeMarco in that season, y'all, of my high. So I'm out here doing my thing. So it's got my life going. Everything's going good. I'm manifesting things to me. And but the one thing I was kind of scared of is to ask God again about this husband. Because I had been banging down the heavens doors for years for a husband. Just like years. Like anybody who knows me knows that I was just like, that was my number one prayer, is to have a family and to have children. I wanted that more than probably anything in the world because I wanted that connection. I grew up in an abusive home, and I grew up in a seeing a marriage that was extremely rocky. So that's something that I wanted to recreate for myself the way that I wanted my family to be. So marriage was so near and dear to my heart, y'all. You still knocking. Keep knocking. Do not stop knocking on heaven's door, y'all, because I'm here to tell y'all that this is so possible. So y'all have to know that I only had one boyfriend in my whole life, and had went 10 years previous to this just single. I dated, I went on dates, I met duds here and there, and also lost my virginity in there to one of those duds, but he never even committed to a relationship with me, so I don't even like to count him. Plus he was ugly and broke. So anyway, we don't count him. He's dead. We can minus him from the body count. Anyway, so let's get into this. So after that, y'all, so I'm single, y'all. I'm out here praying, going to church meetings, doing the devotionals, doing all the things that women do, but just could not find a husband. The man was nowhere in sight, y'all. He wasn't at church. Like I went to college for 4 years. I went to grad school for 2 years. Man didn't show up at the grad school. Man didn't show up at the college. He did not show. And then I went to Rhema Bible Training College, which people were making fun of and saying Rhema Bridal College, where everybody and their mama was getting married but me. So I did all the Christian things that women do, that they pray and do all those things for, and still could not find this man. Like, where was the man? Like, I'm single, I'm celibate, I am doing all the right things, yet this man is not coming. So 2016, I was tired of beating down heaven's door, y'all. Your girl was tired. Your girl was burned out. I just wanted to live my life in peace and accept my singleness. And I literally did all of this within that year. It's November. We're headed into December of 2016. So, and this is around election time. This is when Donald Trump first got elected. So in order to tell the story, I have to talk about the election. That is true about Ray, but I told y'all that's Rhema Bible and Bridal University, and your girl still couldn't find a husband. So, and then so I said, okay, listen, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I give up, God. Like, this, let your will be done. So November 2nd or November 1st, I gave up. I remember Halloween happened. and it was some guy talking to me, and he was a total dud. He just completely fell off the side of the earth. Like, he was calling, texting, and he just went away. And so after that, I said, God, your will be done. I give up. I accept my singleness. I want to move on and just live my life. That week I signed on officially to management that week. Also, I got the keys to my apartment that I was living in by myself, with nobody, away from everybody in Oklahoma City. Actually, I was in Moore, Oklahoma. And then I went and bought a new car. So I had my car. I was living for God. I didn't care about being single. I was good. Like, if he come, he come. I'm okay. I got this money. I'm getting this money where the money resides. Yes, Lord. We was doing good. I didn't care about nothing. None of that crap. I was done. I'm good by myself. This is where I'm at. God is blessing me. All this stuff is coming into alignment. This promotion. I got more money than I've ever had in my life. I'm good. This is November the 1st, y'all. November 4th, I think it was. No, it had to be November 8th. I don't know what day election was, but it was sometime early in November. I think it was November 8th. November 8th, I'm at work, and I'm still in my mode. I'm 8 days into freedom. Hey, 8 days into freedom. Finally accepting my singleness for after almost 10 years, okay, of being single. Okay. I'm actually 16, because I dated this guy in 2010. No. So 6 years. So 6 years into freedom, but he don't count. So let's just X out the ex-boyfriend. He's ugly guy. So we cutting him out. Let's just say single for my whole life. So we 30 years into singleness at this point, and I'm finally accepting it, y'all. After 31 years, I accepted that I was single, and this is how life gonna be, and I'm okay with it. Who cares? That's November 1st. Now we into November 8th, y'all. This is literally only 8 days later for me accepting my singleness. So it's election day. I'm working at my store. I'm working at Sam's Club. I'm a manager. It was very busy that day because a lot of my cashiers, I manage the front end, which is all the cashiers, the membership services, anything on the front end that have to do with your membership at Sam's Club. I was the manager over that area. So that was my core area, but I managed the whole store whenever I needed to be, or I closed. So anyway, so election day was there. A lot of my cashiers were out voting. So we were short staffed, right? So I came downstairs to help out my team. So I came downstairs, and I was at the membership desk. I seen that we had long lines. So I get on a register, and I want to make sure everything is covered. The lines are running smoothly. That's my job as a customer service manager, making sure everything is run smoothly. I talk to my MSSs, which is like member supervisors. They work under me. Like, I basically ran the supervisors, and I, was just down there helping the girls out because I know them like that. We were all, my supervisors know that we're best friends, which is probably not a good work relationship, to be best friends with your boss. Anyway, I was a cool manager. So I was down there helping everybody and just kind of checking everybody out. And so one of my associates came over to me at the register and said, "Hey, Miss Nora, we got a member over here. He doesn't have a membership card. He's trying to buy some stuff. Should I let him check out?" I'm like, "Girl, you know that he can check out. Like, why are you even bothering me with this? These lines is long. Like, go check the man out, override him, let this man get his pins." Okay. So I go and I finish up my line, and I go over to the member service desk just to make sure that the lady I was speaking with was able to let him get his pins, because she be tripping sometime. I can't. Anyway, so I went over there to check and see if she had let him get his pins. So and I looked at him, look at the person, and it was my future husband, y'all. I didn't know at the time. Anyway, so he was over there, and he was getting his he was purchasing his items. I went over, I'm like, "Did you get everything okay? Did you find everything you need? Was she able to help you?" He was like, "Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate that." And I was like, "No problem, no problem at all." And so I'm walking away, and he's like, "Do I know you from somewhere?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think I've ever seen you before, But I'm thinking in my head, like, "Oh, but you kind of cute though." He had the dreads going, y'all, a button-up shirt, and some slacks on. He was actually in there for work, purchasing pens for his job. He needed a bulk amount of pens for his job, and maybe notepads or something. I don't know. He worked at a car dealership at the time. And I'm just like, "Oh, okay. What? Okay." I'm like, I'm glad you found but your pins and everything, but I don't think I know you from anywhere. Where do you know me from? He's like, well, I know your family, I think. What was your name? And I'm like, it's Nora. And he was like, Nora what? I'm like, Nora Scott. And he was like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know him. I know your family. I said, boy, you do not know my family. I'm thinking in my head, like, boy, you do not know this family. Like, you making all of this up. And so he was like, no, I do. I think I know you from somewhere. And he was like, where's your other family from? I said, well, my family's from Tulsa, but my dad's side is from Duncan. He was like, oh, I know some Scots from Duncan. I said, oh, you know some Scots from Duncan? And he's like, yeah, I do. I know some Scots from Duncan. And I'm like, okay, well, and he was like, oh, I said, well, who do you know? And I start kind of naming off my cousins. And he was like, oh, I know her. I know her. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, it's a small world, whatever. Well, it's nice to meet you, and have a good day, And I walked off and I'm like, oh, he was cute, but I'm doing my God thing. I ain't got time. So I fancy my way back on the register because I'm happy to go home because I got wine waiting in the refrigerator. I'm finna take a bubble bath tonight. I ain't got to worry about nobody but me. So I go back to my register that I'm helping with, and he gets in the line behind the lady in the line that was before him. I didn't notice because I'm ringing groceries up. I'm going hard. Like, I'm not the manager, y'all. Like, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. All my associates knew when I worked that I didn't mind putting on my vest and going down and being a cashier because I started from that area and I got promoted through the store. So I don't mind putting on a register, jumping on the register. So he comes on in the line and I look up and it's him. And I'm like, oh, it's him. What do you want? I said, oh, did they not help you or whatever? And he was like, yeah, they did, but I just wanted to come back one more time and see if I could give you my phone number, and I know you said you wasn't from here, you was from Tulsa, and I wanted to show you around. I'm like, this boy is smooth, this Negro is smooth. Okay, I said, no sir, it's okay, because I'm thinking in my head like, no, I ain't got time because this might be another dud, because y'all know I've been dating duds for 10 years at this point. So I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with none of that. No, I'm good. I said, no, it's okay or whatever. And he was like, no, I know you do her, nothing, nothing too weird, nothing too bad. Just want to show you around the city, take you out, where do you like to go? Where's your favorite restaurant or whatever? And I'm like, well, I guess I could do a free meal. I could give me a free meal or whatever. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. I said, I really like Cheddar's. That's one of my favorite places, and I ain't been able to go because I ain't had nobody to go with y'all. Because you remember, I'm in Oklahoma City by myself. My whole family live in Tulsa, so I didn't really have. I don't have anybody in the city that I could kick it with, and I was the manager, so I couldn't hang out. It was against company policy to fraternize with people that were in a lower position. Not that it was anything wrong with that, just company policy. So I couldn't fraternize with anybody outside of work. So that made me a lonely girl. I didn't have anybody to go out with, and I wasn't into going places by myself. So at that time. And so I said, okay, well, let's see, let me let's go see. So anyway, anyway, so yeah, I'm tripping because it's just so funny. And I was like, okay, well, I don't have my phone on me, or whatever, which I did have my phone, but I really just was trying to see, I really didn't want to take his number. So that was my last out. To get out the situation. So I'm like, well, I don't have my phone, whatever. And he was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'll just just write my number down. So he grabbed like a receipt that he seen on the ground or whatever and was like writing his number down. And he was like, here you go. Just give me a call or whatever when you can, just hoping maybe I'll call him, maybe I won't. And I was like, okay, shoot your shot. Okay. So I took it, stuffed it in my vest pocket because I had a vest on at the time. I stuffed it in my vest pocket or whatever, And so once I stuffed it into my vest pocket, I kept on going about my day. I wasn't worried about none of the stuff, just kind of going about my day. And I was leaving that night. And one of the cashiers ran up to me and was like, Miss Nora, you dropped this, you dropped this. And I'm like, what is it? What is it? She was like, you dropped this receipt over there by the room. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, and she handed it to me. And she's like, I think that's his number. I'm like, girl, stay out my business. Dang. Anyway, so I guess she was watching it when he wrote it down earlier that day. And shout out to Michelle, because if it wasn't for Miss Michelle, yes, Lord, Michelle came feeling touched by an angel. So anyway, she handed me the paper or whatever, which had his phone number on it. And I stuffed it back in my pocket and I went on home. And y'all, this is election day 2016. So I get home, I'm watching the news, trying to see who won. Didn't really know at that point. and or whatever. And so then later on that night, I found out that Trump won, and I was very upset about it. Obviously, I'm a Democrat. I was voting for Hillary at the time, and I didn't get the vote, y'all, because I was out of the county, so I didn't get the vote. So I was just like kicking myself, so upset. So I'm like, I wonder what that man, I wonder who that man voted for, if he even voted today. Like trying to blame people, just thinking in my mind who we could blame for this election, like who didn't help the vote, y'all, whatever. So then I was like, well, I'm gonna text him and see who he voted for. Like that's how my mind works, y'all. I need to say what political party you're affiliated with to whether or not I want to date you or even talk to you. So I actually ended up messaging him and saying hi. And so when I sent him the message hi, it was like 11:30 or whatever. And I said, oh, he probably gonna think this is a booty call or whatever. So I'm like, I gotta tell him that this ain't no booty call. So I sent back, this is not a booty call, by the way. BT Dub, by the way, this is not a booty call. And he sent back, LOL, I know you're not that type of lady. And then about 1 minute later, my phone was ringing. And I looked over there and it was him. And I'm like, why is he calling? Like, who calls people anymore? I thought all y'all do is text, especially you younger guys or whatever, because my husband is actually younger than me, y'all, about 7 years younger. So cougar. Anyway, so that's another reason why I thought that this thing would not work, because he's so much younger than me or whatever. So anyway, he called, y'all, and he had the most intellectual conversation. So I was so pleased with the conversation. He just talked all night. We talked about the election. We talked about, the direction of the world, like how crazy the world was going to be able to vote this man in. We talked about so many different things that night. Like we talked all the way to like 3 in the morning, maybe 4. I don't know. Like it was just such a good conversation. It was such a real conversation. Like I loved every minute of it. So it wasn't love at first sight, but it was definitely love at first voice. Like I fell in love with his intellect and his thoughts on taxes and his thoughts on credit building and all types of stuff we talked about that night. So once we spoke about all of that, he was like, well, do you want to go out on a date that I promised you I'd take you out? And I'm like, sure. And so we ended up actually going to Cheddar's, y'all. That was our first date in Oklahoma City, there in Midwest City. We went out on our very first date to Cheddar's, and we loved it. And DeMarco's so weird. Like he sit next to me on the bench. Like instead of across, he sat right next to me and tried to feed me. Word. He said, oh, I just wanted to do that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we didn't even know each other. Like he was moving way too fast for me. And so I kind of like pushed him off. And remember, I'm in my season where like, God, I'm finally okay being single. I got this new apartment. I got my own car, got this job promotion. So it really ain't nothing nobody can say to me that's going to really be too intriguing to get me to come over to their team. So this man was kind of like maxing it out. So as the weeks went on, he began to bring coffee in the morning, breakfast. Like he would bring it up to my job. He would bring flowers. Like this man, like when Valentine's Day came, well, this is later on down the line, he did bring flowers and lunch and stuff. But like my cashiers was going nuts. They was like, ooh, oh my God, ooh, yes. Like your boyfriend is here. Your boyfriend here, Miss Nora. He got flowers. He got coffee. Like it was just such a love story. Like this man showed up every dime. Like this is serious. Like he's really intentional. So that's why when I see men not being intentional with women, I always tell them it's a red flag, because men kind of know what they want. They don't play these type of games of, oh, maybe I'll do this, or maybe I won't, or I don't want to define things between us because, this, and the third. No, they know what they want. They coming for it straight up. When they see something they want, they will stake their claims, y'all. Like this man was making it very clear to me that this is what he wanted for himself and for us as a unit. And so he was moving toward boyfriendhood very, very quickly. And but anyway, so during that process, y'all, how I broke the vow. So we kept going at it like really hot and heavy, y'all, not like hot and heavy that way. But anyway, so we ended up actually going a little bit too far one day. And it was maybe a month or so in or whatever, or maybe 3 weeks. I don't know what the time frame is. And this is probably way too much tea, but I'm married now and I hope y'all all adults. But we ended up pregnant, y'all, super early in the relationship, maybe a month into that thing. And I was just like, oh my God, what have I done? I really don't know this man. This man came in and charmed me. He gonna leave me with this baby. I called my sisters and told them all about how this baby was on its way. And this is like Angel Nora, y'all, carrying a baby, girl talk leader. Like, this is not good. Like, why do you have a baby, girl? Like, I have made a grave mistake, y'all. So I'm like reeling from this mistake. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Like, this is a nice man. He's a great guy. but I'm not supposed to be having this baby. Like, what in the world am I gonna do? So I called my sister, right, the comedian, and she's like, "Girl, do you have his social security number? Because he might try to leave you with that baby. You better get his social security number." Oh my God, what do I do? Like, I don't know how to be a baby mama. Like, what do I do? And it's just so funny. And we took a picture of that social security number, honey, because we were not being left behind. No child left behind. No way, no how. Anyway, so he didn't do that, obviously, y'all. So we continued dating. We ended up keeping the baby, obviously, and carrying on like that. 8 was born. Her name is 8 Brown. I called her 8 because it means the number of new beginnings. Okay. And 8 has so much significance to me because 8 was the number of David with his brothers. There's the one that people had counted out. And I always felt like I was the lady that people kind of counted out, not necessarily in life because people thought I was smart and stuff, but in relationships, they would call me a nun. And all type of stuff like that. People would make fun of the fact that I was a virgin for so many years and make fun of the fact that I never had a man. They would call me a nun and the 40-year-old virgin, and she don't never have a man, and she's single so she can watch the kids, or just different stereotypes that would come with me being in the position I was. The whole time, what I didn't know was I was chosen by God, y'all. I didn't know that God had a call on my life. He called me to singleness, but I never embraced all of it while I was there. So now looking back in hindsight and looking back over the many, many years and the many women that I ministered to and helped and stuff, it didn't make me less of a person because I had a baby. And even out of wedlock, it didn't. That I was forgiven, that I was loved. Taught me such a big lesson on forgiveness and redemption during that time that I had my baby out of wedlock, right? And so I lost a lot of my Christian friends. I lost a lot of my Christian followers. I lost a lot of folk in my life that were disappointed and upset with me in that season. And but guess what, y'all? God redeemed me. He redeemed back all the people I lost times 10. Because now I have a story. I have a testimony of imperfection and of overcoming obstacles that are in your life. So not only was I blessed with a beautiful baby girl named 8 Brown, but also have a new daughter now, Brooklyn Brown. So, but anyway, me and my husband, we stayed together in the face of that adversity, in the face of the naysayers, in the face of all the things that we faced as an unmarried couple with a baby in the Christian world. Christians can be really mean. They can be really brutal. I would look on Facebook and my Rhema friends, Rhema Bible Training College friends would have deleted me or moved me out of their friend circle, or I would find that they had been saying mean things about me behind my back, and it hurt me to my heart to know that those things were happening, but I felt so redeemed. I felt so redeemed, and I felt so I don't know, restored, because God said he'll restore back all the things that you lost, not just a few things, but everything that you lost in your life, everything that hurt you or broke you. He's going to give that back to you tenfold if you seek him. The Bible says, seek first the kingdom of heaven and all things will be added unto you. That's Matthew 6:33. It's one of my favorite scriptures. So I just began to seek God in that season. Here I am, pregnant mom. I'm not married, but I'm ministering to married Christian women. What do I do? Do I quit? Do I tuck my tail? Do I stop what I'm doing? Absolutely not. I had my moment of shame. I had my moments where I was kicking and screaming and upset with myself, but I immediately began to pray. I began to pray and ask God for sovereignty, ask God for forgiveness, ask everybody around me for forgiveness, even the folks I didn't feel like I owed it to. I asked for forgiveness anyway because I needed to clear the slate. I needed to admit my wrongs and let people know that this is not the way to go, but this happened to me and this is my story and I want to share it with the world. I'm ready to come out. It took me about maybe 8 months into that pregnancy to finally just come out and say my piece. But it's my story and it's a beautiful story. No matter what the story that you have or what you're holding, it's beautiful. It's for someone. It's for folk to really get out there and do God's redemptive work in your life. He will redeem everything that you lost. And I didn't lose anything at all. I gained so much. So anyway, that's how I met my husband. We were a year in. I'll give you more. We're a year into that. We already have our baby. And my husband, one day I was folding clothes at home, and I was off that day. And me and 8 were in the room. She was sleeping on the side of the bed, and I was folding clothes. And he came in the room, and he was like, trying to give me a hug. I'm like, move, 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 move. I'm trying to fold clothes. You're messing up my clothes. Back up, back up. And I turned around to try to get all my clothes situated. And I turned to get them, and I turned back around, and he was down on one knee, y'all. And he had a ring. And I was like, oh my God, this is really happening. Like, what? Like, you don't understand how long I waited. Oh my God. Like, really? Is this really happening? I was just so shocked. Like, I had no idea, y'all. Like, I knew I wanted marriage for myself, but sometimes I doubted that maybe I didn't deserve it, because here I am with this baby. I'm with this man who, we weren't married and we had a baby and everything like that. Like, maybe I don't deserve to be married. I don't deserve to be a wife. And but you deserve it. You deserve the desires of your heart. If you desire to be married, if you desire to be linked up with a companion for your life, I honestly urge you to continue to pray. Continue to beat down heaven's doors. God is not tired of you. He's omniscient. He's all over the place. He's never tired. He never sleeps. He never slumbers on the things that you want. He cares about everything. Every hair on your head is numbered. So why wouldn't he care about the mate that you would have for the rest of your life? So I want to encourage you, ladies, if you're praying, if you are in prayer for a husband, to continue to pray. But what I also want you to do is to continue to live your life. Don't stop and pause and wait and go into some type of stillness, but continue to pray. And this is for ladies who desire to be married. If you don't desire to be married, kudos to you too, because it's all right being single. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I did it for 30 years and it was just fine. I lived, I was successful, I traveled. But for those who want a companion, because God causes us to be linked up, He calls us to be in a companionship with each other. Okay. So if anybody is alone and they're listening to this video, I'm here to really encourage you. At the end of the day, I want to tell you that God has that husband for you, and not to give up or let up, but continue to be who you are as a woman. Don't downgrade your standards. Don't look to the left or right. Continue to be who you are, and the people God will send in your life for you as a husband. He will send that man. Continue to pray for your husband, even when he's not there. I remember praying for my husband in 2013, and I recorded a video of myself speaking about my husband, about my future husband. And I was able to play that video for my husband once we got married in 2019. I played that video for him at our first year anniversary. And it was just so shocking to me that even then, back in 2013, when it wasn't a man in sight, my faith was unwavering. I believed that God had that man for me, but it just wasn't my time. So I want to encourage you ladies to continue to fight the good fight. Continue to be the fabulous woman that you are right now, that your relationship status does not define you, that you are an incredible human being, that you are worth fighting for, you are worth waiting for, and you're worth a man being intentional behind you. Stop settling for less. Stop engaging in behavior that hurts your heart. Looking for this husband. You know he's not right. You've seen the red flags. I'm just here to encourage you to stop. Now, I love you ladies, and I know I'm on a live chat, so I'll give time for Q&A. If you ladies have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'm going to hang out with y'all for a little bit longer. I know I'm probably past my time. Well, actually, I'm not. I started at 7:30 tonight, so I guess I'm still good. But I just love you ladies so much, and I wanted to share with you guys my story of how I met my husband, and I just wanted to give that to you. But thank you guys for supporting me over all this time. It's been 5 long years. 2015 is when we started this, y'all. And y'all know I'm bringing back the vow so we can get our minds right. So ladies that are looking for marriage, ladies that are thinking about premarital counseling, engaged ladies, we have a special treat for you coming in February. And that is, for me, the month of love. So I'm bringing back the vow, honey, because the vow is what I had and what many of us practiced as we were going into our marriages. If it had not been for the vow, I wouldn't have been mentally prepared for the things that I was getting ready to go into. Love it. Wish y'all many more. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for all the love that y'all have for me and my husband. We are just out here, two folks trying to come together as one and raise these beautiful children as one. So, and it's not easy every day, but it's God every day. It's a lot of prayer. It's a lot of patience. It's a lot of pressure, but I thank God for whatever trials we face, because I know without a shadow of doubt that He was right in the mix of things, even when I did not feel like I deserved Him. So But anyway, if you guys don't have anything else, just leave me a comment, share the video, like the video, continue to support Girl Talk Inc. And we'll be back next week. I love y'all. Have a good night.